Next thing I'd like to just chat about is exercise and immunity. Immune system health becomes particularly important for athletes because, as you know, doing a little bit of exercise is good for your immune system, but in athletes who are particularly fit, illness becomes a big problem because it actually, that excessive exercise actually depletes the immune system. So what we know is that your immune system starts to dysfunction when exercise is continuous. So when you do exercise on day in and day out, if your exercise session is more than an hour and a half at a time of moderate to high intensity, so between 55 and 75% of maximum oxygen uptake, and performed without food. So if you have a look at those conditions, most professional athletes actually are doing all of those things, which makes them particularly vulnerable to especially upper respiratory tract infections. So the time when you are most likely to get sick when you're exercising is during a stage of the training response called overreaching or overtraining. Overreaching is actually when you're trying to push your body to another level. So when you've hit a little bit of a plateau and you're trying to build muscle a little bit quicker, or run a bit faster, or swim a bit quicker, whatever those goals are for you, when you're really pushing your body really, really hard, you're more vulnerable to inflammation and infection. And then also very vulnerable when you've really, really trained so hard that you're actually overtrained. And when you're looking at overtraining, we're really looking at those athletes who really should perform well on competition days or at events, and on those particular days they just hit the wall and they're absolutely unable to perform optimally. And that's really because they're just exhausted, and the amount of antioxidants and free radicals and things that have been created in their bodies are making them so much more vulnerable to infections and inflammation, which ultimately will impede their performance. I'd like to show you a quick video clip of how inflammation damages joints and how undenatured type 2 collagen, which is found in our Solgar number 7, can help to regulate the immune response, help to support immunity, and improve joint health.
UC2 is a natural, safe, and uniquely effective dietary ingredient consisting of undenatured type 2 collagen, supporting joint comfort, flexibility, and mobility with daily activities. This patented formula is backed by 2 human clinical studies that support its safety and efficacy. Undenatured type 2 collagen is made up of multiple polypeptide chains linked together to form a 3-dimensional cable-like structure. This makes type 2 collagen a tough protein not easily destroyed by the acids and proteases found in the gut. When taken orally, intact UC2 molecules reach a specialized area of the small intestine called the Peyer's patch. The Peyer's patch is a clumped collection of immune cells encapsulated by epithelial cells. Its main function is to help neutralize pathogenic organisms and proteins. When intact UC2 molecules make contact with the Peyer's patch, a specialized scavenger cell nestled within the epithelial covering envelops the UC2 molecules and transports it to the inner area of the Peyer's patch, where an immune response to this protein is initiated. One special class of immune cell, which responds only to UC2, is called a T regulator. Once these T regulators are stimulated, they leave the gut area, enter the blood and lymphatic vessels, and traverse throughout the body, eventually arriving at the knee joint. The T regulators activated by UC2 secrete 2 cytokines called TGF-beta and IL-10, which can beneficially alter immune responses as well as other biological activities involved in the maintenance of healthy tissues. The knee is a common site of joint pain. Everyday mechanical wear and tear can lead to microscopic damage of the knee, resulting in the release of chemicals that cause pain with continued use of the joint. A built-in repair process reduces this pain and inflammation in healthy individuals. A major participant in this repair process is the chondrocyte, the cell responsible for producing the collagen and other extracellular proteins, such as the proteoglycans, which make up the structural matrix of the knee joint. As knee joint tissues accumulate microscopic damage due to daily activities, chondrocytes swing into action to first remove the damaged tissue, then to replace it with new, healthy material. This process is mediated by pro-inflammatory cytokines produced by the chondrocytes. These cytokines also activate other cells in the joint to assist with the cleanup process. This transient inflammatory-like response is often experienced as soreness. Once the cleanup process is done, chondrocytes then shift into repair mode by laying down new structural material that include type 2 collagen and proteoglycans. But in order to make this switch, chondrocytes must first produce and then respond to the anti-inflammatory cytokines IL-4 and TGF-beta. These anti-inflammatory molecules appear to be the key drivers that shift the chondrocyte's metabolism from cleanup to repair. The UC2 activated T regulators enhance this process by directly encouraging chondrocytes to produce type 2 collagen and proteoglycans. This further stimulation of chondrocytes is accomplished by increased IL-4 and TGF-beta. In this way, it is believed that ingesting UC2 results in a more rapid restoration of the healthy knee joint.